When it comes to money, most of us want more. But the question is, how much more? And the classic answer is just a little bit more. Just give me a little bit more money, whether I have a million or a billion. I just want a little bit more. Another way of asking the question is, when should we stop chasing more money? When does the money change from being helpful to being harmful? How can we have the optimal amount of money? Does God's word give us any clues? Proverbs says, better is a little with righteousness than great income with injustice. Now, the progression from righteousness to injustice, I submit, is probably incremental. If we focus on getting more, and integrity, honesty, these values, we start losing these and getting more of this, then we're net losers. The problem is righteousness. What does righteousness look like? The word righteousness is a very interesting word. It's used 157 times in the Bible, and the very first time it's used, it describes Abraham. Abraham believed God, and it was reckoned to him as righteousness. So when it says when Abraham believed God, what it means is that Abraham took God at his word. Now, Abraham is a very interesting figure. He's the father of the Jewish faith, the Christian faith, and the Islamic faith. And really, what he did is he believed God. So what I submit is God's money tip is this. It's better to have a little bit of income and righteousness, integrity, ethics, than great income with injustice. Because what we do when we get more and more, if we contaminate our integrity, our internal self, then we actually have ruined our lives rather than making it better. And Jesus says, what shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul? And so all of us have an optimal amount, and it depends upon our faith. That is to say, it says, Abraham believed God and was reckoned him as righteousness. So this righteousness is driven by faith in God. That means that it's better to have a little bit, a lot of faith in God, a lot of dependence on God, than a whole bunch of money, whether it's millions or billions or multi-millions, and have no relationship, no confidence, no dependence, no faith in God. It's very serious because a lot of people are wealthy in one sense and totally impoverished in another sense. This whole concept of better does not equal more. A lot of people say, just give me more. But better doesn't equal more. It's better to have a little with righteousness than great income with injustice. And so it's very interesting as well. The Bible also says if we have food and clothing, which is very little indeed, if with these we shall be content. Anything more than food and clothing really is what the Bible calls rich, becoming richer and richer and richer and richer. We are super wealthy in the Western world, but sadly, our righteousness component is very low, and we really need divine intervention to help us get to the optimal amount of wealth. I'm not saying maximizing wealth, I'm saying optimizing wealth. And this goes far beyond the law of diminishing marginal returns. In economics, we're all taught, those of us who remember taking economics, to say the first hamburger is delicious and fantastic, but after 5 hamburgers, you don't want to even see another hamburger. So the point is that there's the diminishing marginal returns, and that is similar to this proverb, but it doesn't quite catch it, and that's what a lot of business schools are missing. They're missing the concept of righteousness, and that extends far beyond carbon footprint. Whether you have a little or a lot is really insignificant and important as you have righteousness. And if you have to choose one or the other, once you have a little, just choose righteousness. And Jesus goes a step further. He says, seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. So in the clash of riches and righteousness, the pursuit of righteousness should be greater than our pursuit of riches. And that's how we can have the optimal amount of riches, optimal amount of wealth, and enjoy everything that we have without any undesirable consequences.